This is playable. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do in Go that break the rules. I mean, if you ever learned any Go proverb, the very next day you'll see how it's broken, right? Like, you shouldn't make empty triangles unless they do awesome things and it works. Then you should make them, right? But in general, you shouldn't make them, right? It's one of those Go things that sometimes you just gotta break the rules. What else I want to show you today? Other openings. Do you guys know Shusaku? I think Brian showed you Shusaku a few weeks ago, right? Anyone remember Shusaku?
Starts on 3-4.
It does start at 3-4. Oh, actually, let's do one more 4-4 starting one. Do you guys know Kobayashi?
Yeah, the next one on the list.
You have a list? Oh, on my email? Right, cool. Let's do Kobayashi. Oh, sorry, black gets moved. All right, so black whites. Black starts to make Chinese. Oh, no Chinese, right? Starting to look like Chinese. White plays here. Instead of making Chinese, black picks a different route. Kobayashi. Approach here. It's kind of a strange approach. But black has a plan. Black's going to play here now. It's called Kobayashi. It works very similarly to the Chinese. Right? Because now, where does white want to invade? Where does white want to play? Where's the biggest spot on the board? What has 12 spaces? Down here. But when you do this, black is now just going to attack this stone. This is probably most severe. And white's going to have to run out, and guess where he's running to? Black stone. Right, very similar idea to Chinese, right? You're enticing your opponent to come into this corner, you're intentionally leaving it as the biggest point on the board, but you have helper stones around it, so you can attack white. And if you just run out like this, and move here, right, black can make points, make up with the stone, and these stones don't have eyes yet. It's still waiting to go somewhere.
What if instead you attack that corner first and then immediately come back and do the other?
Ah, great question. Because if you're playing me, this is what's going to happen. Automatic. I'm going to attack you right there. Now, what are you going to jump in the corner this way? Are you going to jump out? Whatever you do, I'm basically going to get stronger here. And now you're left with the same exact problem. You're still going to want to play here. I'm going to attack you even more. So other idea, you could do something like this. But then black will just do this and take that point, and that looks nice. Corner, influence. So I like black here. There's actually a whole series of Joseki that were really developed when Kobayashi's named after Go Professional played this a lot, probably about 40 years ago. What was Kobayashi again? I'm going to guess 30 years ago at least. Who knows? White, instead of approaching here or here, white approaches here in this Fuseki. And we had all these Joseki that were really well developed during this time period. These two spaces approaches. Because white doesn't want to get attacked. White doesn't want to be forced to run towards that stone. So you play this one. I don't want to go over these Joseki today, but that's one way to deal with this. Okay, Kobayashi. This 3-4 with a start point and then an approach on one side. Kobayashi. Kobayashi. You guys are so asleep. All right. One more, Shusaku. Just to review Shusaku because Brian should have showed you this.
Orthodox.
Oh, Orthodox. Orthodox. Good. Okay. Orthodox is easy though. At least the first 5 moves. Orthodox is called Orthodox because there's so many set patterns that come out of it. I mean, there's some Orthodox. I mean, if you want to call them whole board Josekis that everyone knows that gets played out to move 30. You know, it's just, everyone knows how the first 30 moves of the game will go. I'm going to show you the first 5 though, because why not? Goes like this. Orthodox. Forget the mini Chinese, forget all that stuff, just enclose. And this enclosure should be facing your 4/4 stone. The next move for white and Orthodox is almost always there. Here, black actually has two main options, but the one that mainly gets played is this one. And white has white can make a base here, but in general, this is deemed not good enough for white, so white actually has to play this move. This is the move we shouldn't play because we have a weakness. The only reason why this gets played is because everyone knows how this is going to go. It's a fight that everyone can just read out for the next 30 moves. That has really like 3 or 4 major lines, and that's kind of about it. Black invades. White comes here. Black can back off. White has the option to make this exchange, because in this case we don't want to give up, we don't want to invade the corner later because we're going to spend it taking that. That's the simplest version, the one that doesn't go 30 moves later. Very standard Orthodox. This exchange is a little optional. Sometimes white might want to be flexible enough to save that corner. Okay? You don't have to know all that. How do you make Orthodox? Start in a different corner. Mess with you guys. Let's put white there. Make Orthodox. Ashley's sad face. You look like you were in pain. No idea?
Before playing that corner.
Good. This one or this one? This one, good. Orthodox. Chinese. Chinese, high Chinese, low Chinese. Kobayashi. This one, Orthodox, mini Chinese, micro Chinese. Good. White place here. Last move that you guys need to know for today. Very good. Close. Orthodox. And if you're white, we'll actually go one more move because you should all know this move. Black is this nice influence. How we break it up?
Start point?
Below the start. Third line. Make a base. Third line. Orthodox. Very good. All right. Last one. Shusaku. Who is Shusaku? He's that guy from Hikaru no Go.
Was he the ghost?
Yeah. Well, he's a real guy. Oh, no. He's not the guy. He's actually the ghost, and is the guy who inhabited Shusaku like 200 years before Hikaru. Right. So it's not Shusaku. It's the ghost that inhabited Shusaku. Have you girls seen this yet, or read it, or?
I feel like it has to be
The ghost
cheating.
doesn't inhabit anybody, he just tells people to move.
I feel like that
So
has
I
to
Oh, that's right. He doesn't actually inhabit.
He
He's
played
just-
all the games for Shusaku,
Right.
unlike Hikaru.
Right.
I feel like that has to be cheating if a ghost telling you moves.
Yes, it was cheating, but it was a good deal then to be the.
Anyway, you girls should go read
the
some Hikaru no Go.
there.
Ask your dad. He has them. No excuses. All right, here we go. Shusaku. How does Shusaku start?
3/4.
3/4, good. Pick 3/4. Where does white play? Good. 3/4. Why this way, not this way?
Point down where there's more pie.
First of all, more pie down there yet. We haven't defined yet. In this way, remember how I said a 12 space extension made this too good for black? We just made a 13 space extension. Well, now that's awesome for black, right? When we play the next two corners, if black gets the next move, anywhere over here is going to be the biggest point in the board, and black's going to get it. So we play this one. And black says that's fine. I take my corner. And in Shusaku's time, they still do today, of course, but they value corner enclosures very much. Right, the idea of having this, especially facing your own stone, is very valuable. Very valuable. And it still is today, but they very much then. So white's move to prevent this is there. So black goes here and threatens to make a corner enclosure facing that way. So white goes here. Shusaku. What is weird about this game? Now white only has one corner, right? Basically black gets the first play in 3 corners, and white's just following around the board, breaking it up. Modern Go players generally don't like this. They still play it, but when they do, it's often very connected with history, and it's a sense of tradition, and it's, I think most modern professionals don't want to play this, is my feeling. They feel like white at least, white's following black around too much. That's Shusaku. Take 3 corners, 3/4 stones, white follows around. Okay?
So if enclosures are awesome in this day, will next move be enclosure to the bottom left or no?
No. If black does this, now white will get the initiative here. And, there's a lot of actually different things. I mean, I guess black could do it, but first white might lean on this stone. Here's just one possibility. And then come over here and actually start to build this while starting to put pressure on this. Black really wants to come over here and play a move. Whether or not he has time is kind of up to him, I guess. But if black wants to not get enclosed here, white will get to make the same enclosure down here. And now this enclosure is stepping into black's enclosure, because this is one line further than this one. If white has these 2 enclosures, this is good for white. White has an enclosure facing a stone, black has an enclosure facing the pointy end of white's enclosure. It's like you're facing down at the wrong end of the spear, right? So in this case, I would like white in this game so far.
Is that where the Shusaku diagonal comes in?
Yes,
That's that.
that's that one right there.
Did you just say that and I missed it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's all you. You're right though,
All right, cool.
right? Because black doesn't want to get pressed down and enclosed in this between these white stones. Okay, that's Shusaku. Here you go. Everyone go to a go board and see how many of these you can remember. Put them out. Try it. It's fun. Believe me. All right, thanks.
Thank you.